Weekly Bullshit Podcast.
Yeah, I was born ready.
Yeah, I'm the host of this podcast, Oliver.
I'm Andy. Yeah, I'm just Andy.
Yeah, yeah, Andy's Andy.
Yeah.
Okay, so today's topic is the human can be tool.
Can human be tool?
Yeah, can
Yeah,
human
yeah,
be
yeah.
tool. Yeah. So, in this context, I will define the being tool as a objectification. Do you know what objectification means?
I mean, like, if you look at the American media,
Yeah.
people say stuff like, "Stop objectifying women."
Yeah.
I'm not an object.
Yeah, for sure.
And I get the gist of it. I don't know like the precise academic definition of the word, but I do get the gist of it.
Yeah, for sure. So, like Andy says, the objectification, the term is used in mostly in the feminist context.
Yeah.
But I will talk about this objectification in various areas like labor. Do you know the Marx?
Yeah, exactly.
Marx say that all of the employee
Mm-hmm.
can be the tool for the business.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so like this, there is a lot of purpose to make human as a tool,
Yeah.
and there is some other means like in feminist view, they mostly characterize the woman as a sexual thing,
Mm-hmm.
but in the labor, they exploit, they employ.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So there is a lot of purposes,
Yeah.
a lot of means to
Mhm.
make the human as a tool.
Yeah, I think in the labor market of the modern society,
Yeah,
employers are seen as a tool of the whole system, not as an individual who has a personality, who has emotions, but
yeah,
as a tool. So I think that's like the best
yeah.
definition of
The
objectification.
okay, so we're gonna talk about the being tool.
Yeah.
So in feminist, the objectification have 7 features.
Seven?
Yeah, 7 features.
Oh, yeah,
7
okay.
features
Mhm.
of the objectification. The first one is instrumentalist,
Okay.
and the second is denial of autonomy, and inertness, fungibility, and violability, and denial of the subjectivity.
Mhm.
So it is the quite cool. Is it?
What do you mean
Is it
cool?
quite correct?
I mean,
Open your.
I don't think I
standard.
quite understand what they mean. Could you
Mhm.
elaborate on each
Okay.
each characteristics?
So the explaining all the meaning is quite so long.
Oh yeah.
So I'm just want to talk about the denial of autonomy.
Okay.
Yeah. They have some examples like pornography.
Pornography.
In the pornography, the woman is only used as the resource to make the pornography. Is right?
I think it depends, and
Well,
also in some aspect, also male actors are just used as a tool, used as
Yeah.
a resource to
Yeah,
make
yeah.
the film. So I don't think it's first of all, I don't think it's just women, and second of all, in the creation of the pornography, sometimes the female actor's opinion about the scene is included in the scene. So
Mhm.
I think it has some exceptions, but overall, the
Yeah.
the pornographic industry overall objectifies human being,
Yeah.
both male and female.
Yeah, you're true.
Yeah.
So, before the starting the conversation, we define the being tool. The objectification can be used in various areas,
Mm-hmm.
and not only for a woman, but also to men.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, your first reason or first argument is quite correct, and
Mhm.
I agree with that.
Okay.
Okay, the second is quite cool, but I'm just want to talk about in the in the pornography itself, not the
Mhm.
the producing.
Okay.
Okay,
See.
so
Yeah.
they are just used as a character made by the producer and the
That's true.
writer. Yeah, is it? Do you think it's true?
I think it's true, but I
Mm.
have a question about it.
Like what?
Is other film industry any different? Like, say, like just a regular movie. Let's talk
Mhm.
about it. The actors and actresses are are not like individual human being in the scene. They're
Mhm.
just like part of the scene
Uh-huh.
for the whole story.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think it's just pornography, but every film industry.
Mhm. So, so your criticism is quite
Yeah.
correct, and I agree with that. But in this context,
Yeah.
so the objectification is widely like is widely used
Yeah.
in various areas,
Mm-hmm.
not only the pornography too.
Mm-hmm.
And so, anyway, let's get back to the main
Yeah.
topic.
Let's go back.
The denial of autonomy
Yeah.
means like they looks like lose their autonomy. You get it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So because, as I said before,
Mm-hmm.
the producer and writer make any character
Mm-hmm.
for the actors, and they just act like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
They cannot make some exception. They cannot be themselves,
Yeah. Right.
but they should be the character.
Exactly.
Okay, so I think this is the main theme
Mm-hmm.
of the objectification. So let's get to the next topic.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. So, as you know, I'm just a pre-lawyer. Yeah. So let's say some legal acts
Mm-hmm.
on the objectification. There is the Convention on the Elimination of all forms of discrimination against women.
Convention on the elimination of
Yeah.
all forms of discrimination against women. Okay.
Yeah. So it has like elimination of prejudice and customary, which are based on
Mm-hmm.
the idea inferiority and superiority of either of the sexes.
Yeah.
So it means the woman and man have their own stereotype,
Yeah.
like woman should do like this and
Mhm.
man should like this.
Yeah.
So this convention is kind of the international law. So it is kind of the legal acts on the objectification of human.
Mm-hmm.
And the second is human trafficking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is very like condemned
Yeah.
by most of the country,
Mm-hmm.
even in Korea too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the just legal act of objectification.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the main topic of today's podcast is objectification itself harmful?
Okay.
So, like a man treat a woman as a tool, and then does it harmful to the woman?
Does it do any harm to the woman?
Yeah. So, I was gonna explain some argument of this question, and we were gonna talk about our own opinion about this
Okay.
topic. So, the first one is that's harmful. Yeah, it is kind of the view of the feminists,
Mm-hmm.
and so they are just the most of people think like that because the convention says they should eliminate the prejudice and customary and stereotyping of the human. It should be abandoned
Mm-hmm.
and it should be eliminated.
Mm-hmm.
But in my opinion, I think it itself is not harmful. So
Right.
because
Yeah.
so I'm gonna the more talk about the criticism.
Okay.
Okay, so the first one is we should distinct. We should make some distinction between harm and objectification itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the kind of um, the condition
Yeah.
to do to about this question, because if one says like objectification itself is evil and it should be eliminated, but then I can't say anything to them because they just believe that.
Mm-hmm.
But so I'm just want you to talk about this question upon this condition.
Okay.
Okay.
I see, yeah.
Okay. So the second one is what is difference between harm from objectification itself. So it is like matter of the essence human, because the essence human. Do you think essence of human exist?
Essence of human. I mean, it depends on the definition of essence of human.
Okay, so
Yeah, what's the definition?
the definition can be different from you and me, because
Yeah.
I think the essence of human
Mhm.
is kind of like every people share something
Yeah, in common. Yeah.
in common. So that is the essence of human. And what do you think about the definition of essence of human?
I have a pretty similar idea as you. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
we have our own personality or personal traits and everything, and if it just take away every individual trait from people, and there must be something in common left.
Yeah.
Maybe a desire to survive and reproduce. Maybe not
Mhm.
saying that is
Yeah,
common
reproduce.
for every people, because obviously some people want to commit suicides,
Yeah.
but something like that, like maybe.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the living altogether is I think I can see some way to extract the essence of human. There is no way to do that shit, but as you know,
Yeah.
the only way to check what is the essence of human
Yeah.
is just a scientific method. You know, the genes
Mhm.
and some characteristic of human distinct from the apes. So, in this opinion,
Yeah.
they should say like human is not very different from the other object or other animals,
Yeah.
because they have only they share only thing, the gene
Mhm.
in common, and the other animals too. And what is difference between the human gene and animals genes? There is no difference. There is no difference in like value or some other.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, there are differences, but the differences do not differentiate or distinguish us from other animals.
Yeah.
Like, we're different animals, but that doesn't make us better inherently.
Yeah, make
Yeah.
special.
Yeah.
So this is the criticism of the objectification itself is harmful,
Yeah.
because the objectification of the animal is quite more
Yeah.
common, because like cattle and chickens,
Yeah, we eat them.
yeah, they just grow up to be eaten by people.
Yeah.
Yeah. In this opinion, the objectification itself is not harmful, because objectification to other animals is not very harmful. So the second one is kind of like the argument
Mhm.
or criticism. So the third one is what is the connection between treating wrong and humanity is harmed? What is the connection?
Sorry, can I hear the argument again?
Treating wrong,
Treating.
treating
Oh,
wrong,
okay.
and the humanity is harmed. Do you know singer Peter Singer?
Better singer?
Singer, yeah, the philosopher.
No. I mean, I've heard of his name. The name does
Yeah,
ring a
yeah.
bell, but I don't know about his theories or anything.
He support the dignity of the animals.
Mm-hmm.
So he say like, treating is cannot harm the humanity
Okay.
because the treating wrong and humanity is very different because treating is the if you some objectify someone else,
Mm-hmm.
but the someone else can enjoy the objectification
Right.
because some other people can like condemn me, but I'm just want to talk about some.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I
Yeah,
I
so
wanna
some
give
people
up-
voluntarily
Yeah.
be objectified by
Yeah.
some other people, and this is kind of very like nature of a human.
Mm-hmm.
Not really nature of a human, but it is some natural.
Okay.
And the in this kind of view, the objectification itself is neutral,
Mm-hmm.
and the result can be harmful, but there should be other connection or other condition to make the objectification as a wrong thing, and
Right.
yeah, it itself is harmful.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you think about these kind of criticisms?
I agree. Like, I mean, but at the same time,
Yeah.
some things are inherently wrong, even if the so-called victims enjoy it. Like, for example, I just thought about this example, but
Okay.
let's talk about let's talk about the what do you call it, pedophilia.
Pedophilia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might be canceled for saying this, but some child could enjoy actually fucking a
Mhm.
man,
Yeah.
a grown-up man or woman. I mean, I don't know,
Okay,
an
okay.
adult.
Okay.
But that doesn't make pedophilia any good. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but there's a reason why it's illegal, right?
Yeah.
Because it causes a lot of problems. And so even here, if objectification is inherently wrong, given that it's wrong, the fact that there exists some people who actually enjoys being objectified does not justify or
Mhm,
neutralize
mhm. Okay, okay.
the objectification itself.
But I think it's kind of the circular the logic
Why is it a circular logic?
because you like put the
Oh,
the
so
sentence
yeah.
if yeah
yeah. But so my argument was to refute to your argument that it itself is neutral if there are
Mhm.
people who enjoy it.
Mhm.
I'm not saying that it is neutral, but I'm saying that your argument was wrong logically.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna some make explicit of my opinion. Like I think the objectification itself is not neutral,
Mm-hmm.
but at least it cannot be harmful. You get it?
Harmful. Okay. Yeah.
It cannot be the like destroy the
Oh.
humanity.
But
Yeah. Okay.
I have another counterexample.
Okay.
Drugs.
Drugs.
People enjoy drugs.
People enjoy drugs. Yeah, that's
Drugs
true.
make people happy at the moment.
Yeah.
But it's gonna destroy them at the end if they abuse it continuously.
Of course.
So objectification, even if a person who's being objectified enjoys it at the moment, it might turn out to be harmful at the end.
Yeah, it might be. Just might be. I just want to
It
say
is. If it, I mean-
there is no.
there's no guarantee, but
Yeah.
there's a probability. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I'm just want to criticize the idea that every objectification is harmful and we should stop that. Every kind of stereotyping is is just a shit, and we should bring that out from our society.
Yeah,
but I'm just criticize their idea.
Yeah, if they were to suggest that, they should bring another reasoning for
Yeah.
reasoning that supports the harmness of objectification.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's my take.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, if you're the supporter of the opinion,
Mm-hmm.
what can you say?
I'm not a supporter.
You're not. I'm not the supporter too. So
Yeah, but
we just make consensus, but
yeah.
we should like. I think we should prepare
Yeah.
the controversy between.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, so let's think about some opinion that support the idea.
Supports the idea.
Yeah.
Even if some people enjoy it, like, it's still harmful.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think an idea. Can you listen me?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I'm here to listen. I'm
Okay,
the
okay.
host.
So, like in the older society,
Yeah.
it can be harmful, and just not for the only a human itself, but in the society, the objectification can be harmful. What do you think about it in the society, in the social context? So, like, for examples, like the example you put before the pedophilia.
Yeah.
It is kind of objectification because they just think about the kid as a like sexual harassment.
No. I mean, a pedophile could love a kid actually genuinely.
Okay,
They're-
so let's put the other examples, like the stereotyping of the woman in the like the before and past.
Mhm.
So in the Joseon,
Yeah.
the woman only do the chore,
Okay.
and they do not some effective thing and some economic activity.
Chores are crucial for the sustenance.
Now that's true, but
They didn't like
But it-
actively participate in the creation of wealth. That's what you're talking about, right?
yeah. So I think it is kind of the let people do not work, let people less productivity.
Right.
Yeah. So how to think about these ideas that every kind of the stereotyping,
Mm-hmm.
the decrease the productivity of the society because they like force people to do something only
Okay.
like permitted to them.
Well, I think it's a circular argument
Why?
because when we say that the objectification is harmful, we're approaching it on a moral perspective, right? Morality.
Moral, yeah.
But now we're backing that argument with
Economic view and
with productivity.
productivity. It is kind of different.
Yeah. So, and morality is a it's more. I mean, like productivity is more about the result,
Yes.
and morality is more about the drive.
Sure.
So, I think it's a wrong reasoning. First of all. And
Okay. That's reasonable.
being harmful is a result, and now we justify that argument with
The result
the
is
productivity, which is also a result. So it's a circular argument, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So we should start from the morality side.
Yeah. If something is immoral, we should approach it in that perspective, moral perspective.
Not from the other.
Not productivity. Productivity has nothing to do with morality.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, but I can't think about The more
Well,
more supporters view. How do you
well,
think
I
about it?
haven't like completed my thought processes, but
Okay.
what I've
Just go on.
what just came in my mind was, so we just suppose that we just assume
That's
that objectification is a good thing,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone in this world objectifies one another,
Mm-hmm.
then we try to look at the result of that.
Mm-hmm. So
And it's gonna be very destructive, in my opinion.
yeah, that's true.
So kind of like, I don't know what's it called. I forgot what's it called in English, but we use the mathematical like reduction or something like that.
Prediction.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
That logic. So I think that could be another way to prove the harmness of
Mhm.
and immorality of objectification.
So like you mean like if the objectification is not harmful,
Yeah.
then the world gonna be destroyed.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the logic of the why the objectification is true. It is harmful.
Hmm.
Okay. So
I'm just suggesting it. It's not like
that's kind of good suggestion.
okay. Thank you.
Okay. So it's time to goodbye.
Really?
Yeah. Already 26 minutes.
You don't have any other arguments or
No, I don't.
topics you
I don't have.
What
anything.
the actual fuck?
So this
Okay.
is the end of
Yeah,
this
yeah.
podcast, and have a good night.
No, thank you very much for listening. But before we finish, I want to ask you one question.
Like what?
Why did you decide to do this in English? So that our audiences know.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I'm just practice my English, the speaking skills,
Okay.
to join the team,
Yeah.
the international arbitration team.
Oh, that's
so,
really cool.
So this is my first challenge to speak English for
Okay.
like it's 20 more minutes,
Mm-hmm.
but it's really hard.
Yeah, it's hard, but it's doable as you practice more.
Yeah.
It gets easier.
Thank you for listening my
Thank you.
shitty English.
Thank you very much for listening, and we'll come back with more exciting, interesting topics in
Yeah.
the next episode.
Yeah.